All right. Good evening, everyone. Irish Hammer here with our inaugural fantasy football kickoff show. And there's nobody on this planet right now that I could say I would rather do this with tonight than my brother from another mother, Mr. David Farris, affectionately known as Fantasy Farris around the fantasy football world. So I'm just going to call you Farris because that's how it runs. So, Farris, welcome. It is a privilege and honor to have you sitting here with us. And we're just going to dig into some fantasy football talk.
Buddy, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm excited. I'm scared, because I got a persona to live up to.
That's right. You do. You do.
That persona is me, so it shouldn't be that hard.
That's right. I mean,
Yes.
just be you, because that's what we've come to grow to love over the years on Twitter.
In all its glory, and
that's right. From the new guy that joins Twitter and goes, "Who the hell is this Farris guy?" to the Vol Shop who names mannequins after you in the store.
We need to get on them. They haven't officially done that, and I think I need some clarification.
Yeah, well, they did slap the name tag on the mannequin, but I'm still lobbying for you to have the namesake for the inflatable gorilla or Sasquatch or whatever it is. Yeah,
a Ferris. The Vol Sasquatch. Dude.
Come on, Vol Shop. I know you're not listening, but I'll send it to you.
Yeah, they will. They'll get this.
They'll eventually come across it. So I'm still lobbying it. It's got to be named after Farris. There's just there's no other answer because the likeness is uncanny, and who better to gatekeep for the Vol Shop than God's favorite idiot, David Farris, right?
I swear, if they ever make a short sleeve t-shirt hoodie, I'm done.
Man, you kill me with these short sleeve hoodies, man. Kill me.
There is nothing that can't go on a short sleeve t-shirt hoodie.
You've proven that too with your AI prowess. You have proven that anything can look. Yeah. It can appear. I'm not going to say how it looks, but anything can appear on a short sleeved t-shirt hoodie. So
it can.
All right, so let's dive in a little bit here to our fantasy football. Of course, the season kicks off next Thursday, so we're only a week away. Got the Cry Boys and the defending champs going to go head-to-head next Thursday night. But we thought not having a game this week, we thought we would kind of touch on some of the players that maybe we've looked at, we've targeted, or just guys that we think are poised to have either breakout, bounce back, or blowout rookie seasons. So, Farris, you're the guest of honor. I'll let you take it away.
Starting right off, the Cowboys come in on that Thursday night, and their big name is now gone. It's got to hurt to be a Cowboys fan. Could you imagine? We know some people out there that are Cowboys and Tennessee fans.
Right.
For the last several years, yes, that is rough. I commend you for staying strong, but that's not fun.
It's got to be painstaking to see your crazy owner and general manager and president and head of concessions and whatever else that Jerry's got his hands in. It's got to be just frustrating to no end to have to see what used to be a very proud and successful franchise turn into borderline laughing stock of the NFL.
Well, because they still carry their head like they're at the top, and it's they ain't there. It's just Parsons leaving. What did he end up getting? Was it three picks? What was it?
I think they got 2 first rounders, a defensive lineman in the trade, and then the Packers gave Parsons just some stupid money. Let's be honest. Dallas's team defense last year in total defense was 28th in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's with Parsons. How do you justify paying this guy this kind of money?
It don't go up. Dallas isn't going to get better. That's without a doubt. This run is going to struggle bad. But Green Bay, I mean, they got plenty of cap space. They can pay anybody, don't they? I don't know what their cap space is. Let me look.
I know they got Love signed away, I think, last year, but we've seen this happen like with the Bengals when they poured all that money into Burrow, they poured all this money into Chase. Now they've got T. Higgins on back-to-back franchise tag contracts, and they just paid Trey Hendrickson. So you've got, over 50% of your salary cap money tied up in, 4 guys, 5 guys, whatever that looks like. That's going to make it difficult to put a competitive team on both sides of the ball. Like Cincinnati's got an incredible offense, but their defense sucked with Hendrickson. So that's not going to get any better. Joe Burrow probably looking at career year, maybe even MVP. Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, incredible offense, but their defense is god-awful. They can't score enough points week in and week out to make the playoffs. Dallas is about to walk into the same thing because they got Dak and they've got CD and they just brought in Pickens. They pay their offensive linemen stupid money. So, man, I don't know. It's just Jerry's ego. I really didn't believe Jerry's ego would allow him to make this trade. I thought he was going to just, drop his nuts on the table and sign. I'm as shocked as anybody right now about this trade.
I did not expect that today. Just scrolling through Twitter, and all of a sudden it pops up Micah Parsons sending to Green Bay and all that kind of stuff. I was looking, both of them. Green Bay has about $23 million in cap space, and Dallas still has about 20. So they both got plenty of room. But it's, a lot of that's going to come into next year with free agents and stuff like that. So it's, this season they're set. They got to go with what they got. I mean, you're not going to find a superstar right now. Well, unless you're Green Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and I think this is Green Bay's, window of the next, whatever this contract length was.
Absolutely.
Was it 3 years? Was it 3 years?
Yeah, I think I saw it was 3 years.
3 years, I think is what it was. So that's pretty much their window because when that contract's up, then they're going to have to deal with him. They should have Love for at least another year after that. But some of these wide receivers and some of these, other positions, their contracts are going to come up. Absolutely. So Green Bay better make it count. They better make this the best $196 million or whatever stupid number they put out there that they've ever spent. Because if they don't, it's going to be back to square one for Green Bay. So I don't know. Green Bay was my dad's favorite team, so I've always kind of had a soft spot for him. Of course, with Reggie there for so many years, winning a Super Bowl, I can't not pull for him. But man, you better do something with it quick.
That's the way the NFL. Like people, I look at the NFL now. It's extremely parity across the league. I mean, to me, it's the best. It may not be the best results every single week or the best play every single week, but across the board, everybody has a chance every single week.
That's right.
If they put that together, that's how they win championships and do it every week and be consistent. But there's a lot of parity where you can watch the Red Zone channel, and it's just nonstop action all day, and it's great.
Oh, absolutely. And, even teams with bad defenses or teams with bad offenses, they still have those star players that can blow up and, put up, ridiculous numbers. Well, maybe not the Browns, but they still have teams that are players that can, put big numbers up, which sucks us into what we're doing right now, right?
Absolutely. This fantasy and loving every bit of it.
That's it. Because it really changes the dynamic of how you view NFL football because, you may have your team, but you find yourself pulling for individual players from other teams and needing this team to win. And God forbid I need Kyron Williams to have a big game for the Rams because that's one of, bitter rivals there. But that's what fantasy football does. It forces you to watch the game differently. So it's a lot of fun.
It does. And it brings all kinds of people in. Like you take us, and most of the people that we're going to be playing with or talking to are going to be hardcore, done it for several years, things like that. But then I have a family league that it's got my 70-plus-year-old mom and dad in it. My daughter's in it. I mean, and that stuff. And they like to talk crap. It's really the family that actually talks the most and can hurt you. Hurt your feelings, man. Bring some tears to your eyes sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mrs. Hammer threatens to cut people, set them on fire, all kinds of stuff if they beat her in our league. So I try not to schedule myself to play her, but once a year. She knows where I live.
Got to be safe, Hammer. Got to be safe, buddy.
Man, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. Self-preservation kicks in and make you do some crazy things. So,
who do you have, man? Like, just getting off the top, looking at your biggest boom. The easiest one, of course, for me is Jamar Chase. You already said it with Burrow. I think the Bengals have a chance to. That offense is going to be tough.
Yeah, they will definitely put up big numbers on offense, and quite frankly, they're going to have to. And I'm going to stick with the Bengals. And Chase Brown, to me, is being very undervalued. And I know he's going somewhere usually in the third round in most drafts. Dude, he's first-round talent. And in our little league that we just drafted this past Sunday, it kind of surprised me how many running backs went in the first. I think it was 6 or 7 running backs in the first 12 picks. And
we were very heavy, wide receiver, running back heavy in the first, like extremely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it, I won't say caused me to panic a little bit. It's just I didn't expect it. I wasn't prepared for it. And it kind of threw off my whole feng shui as to kind of what I wanted to do. That. But I
sensed that too when we were drafting. I sensed your feng shui.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just oozes, But I think Chase Brown is poised to have a big year. I think Bucky Irving is poised to have a big year because you look at the numbers he put up last year, and that was half a season worth. He didn't even legitimately start until later in the season.
Was it week 8 that he?
I think it was week 8. And by week 12, By week 12, he was
full go. Yeah.
And kind of the same for Chase Brown. Chase Brown was very, middling at best until Zach Moss got hurt. And then Chase Brown just blew up. So I really think he is, he's going to be a big piece to that offense in both phases, running and receiving. And one team I'm very curious to see what happens, and this is one of my kind of sleeper picks this year, and that's Jacksonville. Simply because we saw what Liam Cohen was able to do for Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a little digging because, I'm a numbers nerd. I'll just throw some numbers out there for you. I want to compare Trevor Lawrence and Baker Mayfield the season before they played for Liam Cohen. Completion rate, Trevor Lawrence 63, Baker Mayfield 62. Yards per attempt 6.8, Mayfield 7.2. Touchdown rate 3.5%, Mayfield 4.5%. Interception rate, this is Lawrence 2.3, Mayfield 2.6. Passer rating 85 for Lawrence, 88 for Mayfield. A stat that's called passing success rate, 46%, 44% for Mayfield. So their numbers are very similar in leading up to pre-Liam Cohen. If Liam Cohen can have the same impact on Trevor Lawrence that he did Baker Mayfield, and you've got a 3-headed running back monster, which we've seen what Liam Cohen can do with.
That's what I was going to say, the running backs.
The running backs. Lawrence is healthy, supposedly, for the first time in quite some time. If he stays that way, right on, exactly. If he stays healthy and he can resort back to, even rushing for 300, 400 yards.
It's not even the amount of yard. It's giving the defense a chance to hesitate. If you give the chance, that's it. And that's what people look at it a lot of time. And I hate to, I'm sorry to interrupt you there on that thought but it was just that the running backs, the quarterbacks and running in the NFL is so much different than college, right? You have your Lamar Jackson and stuff like that. That's your freak of nature, right? That's not going to be the norm. So if Trevor Lawrence can get them to just keep defenses, that little hesitation, that changes so much, especially the offensive line and everything else. And it's just, you get somebody back there like a statue. These guys are coming off the end running 4.5s at 6'5" and 290 pounds. It's just you're not going to get the ball out. There's no time.
Exactly. And with, I expect all 3 running backs to play. That's why I think Michelle Tootin is maybe a good rookie sleeper to look at, especially if there's injury to either Etienne or Bigsby.
That's it.
And then Brian Thomas Jr. is just a freaking stud. So the team is loaded.
They are. They got a division to play in.
Yeah, if they can put it together, I think there's a chance that that Lawrence could have a pretty good bounce back season and get back to maybe living up to some of the hype, because he certainly hasn't to this point.
A lot of that, I kind of expectations on quarterbacks coming out as rookies. Of course, if you're a top pick, you were obviously great in college, but you're going to a crappy team. Jacksonville's ownership has sucked. I mean, when was Urban Meyer in there? I mean, he's kicking field goal kickers and stuff. I mean, so how much of Trevor has even had a chance to grow?
Right.
So
right. And I think this is the guy. I mean, if there's,
well, he's got a proven track record of doing it.
That's right. That's right. And
I mean, how many people would take Baker Mayfield on their team right now in fantasy football?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So who you got? Who's one of your
Well, I know we hit really good on a lot of the boom people. There's going to hurt some people because it's going to be surprising. I did a lot of analytical stuff, and I'm looking at Saquon Barkley as a bust this year, right?
I think he regresses.
I do a lot. He ran a lot last year. He had a lot of carries. It's a lot of yards. It's a lot of, and Philly's got the offense, right? I mean, it's just they're going to do it. So I just think just being his age, wear and tear, he already had the injury concerns before. I think if he gets 1,400 yards, he's done great this year.
I saw a stat today concerning Barkley, and it was no running back that has led the league in total yards or something to that effect. Okay, just whatever he did has ever finished higher than running back 8 the following season. So you're right. I mean, it was a lot of touches last year, a lot of wear and tear, and quite frankly, I think the offense is probably looking to throw the football a little bit more.
They better. I mean, first of all, Barkley really did benefit last year from the A.J. Brown and oh my goodness, Alabama dude. What's his name?
Devonta Smith.
Yeah, that he didn't get touched. Like Derrick Henry, when he was here, he was getting hit in the backfield. Like literally, his first touch was negative yards. Barkley's getting 2 yards basically before he gets touched.
Yeah,
and so that's a huge benefit. You can't, and people are going to adjust to that.
Yeah, absolutely, and and it's not like, well, we're going to make Jalen Hurts beat us. I mean, because clearly that can happen too. Yeah. But to your point, when as a running back, you've got a couple of yards with no contact, get up to a head of steam, and when they're going, the defense doesn't. It's tough to stop anybody that way. But I agree. I don't think he can maintain that workload. And I think that now that they won the Super Bowl, not that they don't care about it, of course they do, but I don't feel like the urgency is there where it definitely was there last year, because to some degree, I feel like Nick Sirianni was kind of coaching for his job.
And as wild as that's been, because of how successful they've been. But
exactly.
Again, that's expectations in Philly. I mean, if you're not,
that's right.
If they don't get to the NFC Championship game this year, he'll have hot seat talk.
That's right, because when Steichen and whoever, I can't remember the other guy, when they left, they lost both coordinators the same year, just like the Lions did this year. They lost both coordinators, and they were flirting with 9-10 wins, and Philly fan wasn't having it. And so here's Sirianni arguing with fans in the stands during the game. I mean, it just got out of hand. So they really had to go far last year to avoid his seat getting really hot. And
look, they were good. They were the best team last year. I think from start to end, they just kind of, they had moments, but just talent-wise, putting it all together, I mean, the offense was ridiculous. The defense, I mean, basically it's just Georgia Pro. I mean, so it's –
yeah.
I mean, they're good.
Yeah, they are.
They're good again this year. I mean, and that's crazy that we talk about Saquon Barkley having a bust and at 1,400 yards and say 10 touchdowns or something like that. That's a great year for a regular back. But after what he did last year, expectations have him a lot higher.
Yeah, and at the position that he's being drafted in most drafts, he's going second or third, depending on where Bijan or whatever. So
they went pick 1 overall in ours.
He sure did. He was the number one pick. So
Yes,
sorry, Nat, we're not dogging your dude or anything.
I didn't do that on purpose.
No, it wasn't planned.
I look at. I'll give you one more bust, and I think it's going to be Travis Kelce. And it ain't because he's getting married or anything like that. It's just because of his age, right? We started seeing the last couple of years that he actually struggled to start the years. Like it like felt like the first couple of weeks was slow, and then he kind of got in that Mahomes ear, and they got back going. And then I just don't think he's looking at a tight end. I don't think he's a top 5 tight end this year.
No, and I remember last year he was still drafted 5th, 6th round in most drafts, and of course there's always people that are going to
it's a name,
flyers and take him early, but everybody just kept waiting. Okay, so this is the week Travis is going to blow up. So and it's crazy because a lot of the same elements that go into fantasy football also go into sports betting with player props and things like that. Daily fantasy, which I know you're a big fan and participant of. So it was just everybody just kept waiting. Okay, so this is the week. No, this has got to be the week. Oh, Rice is hurt and Pacheco's down, so it's going to be. It
never
didn't happen until deep into the season.
Yes,
and I'm with you, man. I saw him still. He's still being drafted as a top 4 or 5.
It is.
He's not a
top 4
or 5 tight end in production.
And a lot of it, like I look at Kelce, I look at somebody like Witten, right? They're at different career paths because Kelce has been that home run threat, the one that was like of the Gronk and kind of carried on that body type of the tight end, where Witten would go run a 5-yard route, sit down in that hole and wait. And so his career lasted longer and stayed productive as a higher tight end in fantasy than I think Kelce can because of that ability to just sit in the hole and know. Witten was so smart with his route running.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And for a guy that was a defensive lineman when he showed up at UT to turn out to be one of the an All-Pro and
that overtime game, that catch, and do you remember that? No, of course you remember. Every UT fan remembers that overtime catch. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
but I look at you have your bust. Who you got?
It's going to sound like a bitter or sour grape kind of pick, but I've got James Conner as one of my busts simply because there's a lot of miles on those knees.
A lot.
And he's been hurt and dinged up pretty much his entire career. There's been very, very few times that he hasn't been hurt for an extended period.
I was going to say, has he played more than 14 games in a season? I don't think so.
I would have to look at it, but I would be hard pressed to believe if somebody told me that there was a season he played 15 games because it would really be surprising. But the thing about it is nobody else on that roster has stepped up when he's been out. Trey Benson hasn't.
Plenty of opportunity. He's also a touchdown stealer. That man will he'll let somebody get all the way down the field and he'll grab it from the 2-yard line. There he goes.
Yeah. Like, a backup or, they'll just Kyler will run it down the field or whatever, and then he comes in for a 2-yard carry. So, he could have 10 carries, 18 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yes.
Kind of like Larry Sanders. You remember Larry Sanders, the fullback for the Cardinals, like back in the 90s and stuff?
Yeah, you took it back to the 1900s. I like that, though.
He used to piss me off because they'd go right down the field, and here comes damn Larry Sanders to get the touchdown. Oh, it made me mad. So, anyway, a little flashback, PTSD.
But I think Connor's been around, especially fantasy-wise. He's been like the casuals still it from Pate there, but it's the casuals may not know he's been as popular, but every year people are picking him up and trying to pick him off the waiver wire because you're going to get those touchdowns. There's going to be that week where he gets those 3 touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah. If you guessed right, or you just happen to it's promotion to attrition, you don't have anybody else, you have to play James Conner. But the argument for him is he's still the starting running back, and neither Benson nor DeMarcado has done anything to suggest that they can take that job from him. But I just don't know, man. I just don't see. It's one of two things is going to happen. Kyler Murray's going to suck again, and they're going to have to rely on him, and he's going to break down, or Kyler Murray figures it out, he and Harrison start lighting up the league, and Connor turns into, Braylon Allen. So
I don't see Arizona taking that step. Honestly, I just don't think Kyler's got it. It's too much attitude. I mean, just like, what was it? He came in and they said he spent more time playing on games online than his own playbook or something like that. I mean, that's just
it's hard to take that guy serious.
Yes, as an athlete, that cannot be a thought, right? I mean, even if you're lying, you don't go to an interview and say it.
Yeah, 100%.
That makes me question your intelligence and common sense, and no.
And I've got one more bust that this is going to probably surprise a lot of people. But I think Jared Goff is in for a long season.
At age, it's starting to, but he's still got some receivers.
He does.
He's got some weapons.
He does, but there's two factors to that. One, we've got a new OC, and two, said OC has said he's going to lean more on the run game this year. So that's not to say that Goff won't have a good season, but I'm seeing some hefty yardage and touchdown projections for him season-long numbers. I just can't get on board with it.
No, and I agree with you. I think he's definitely going to step back because, I mean, it's a great story, right? He's been around. He's had the trades. He's kind of been the forgotten man, and he's relatively had success. I mean, it just, especially stat-wise, he's done decently. But it's just it can't maintain, and you're right. I can see a drop-off.
Yeah, I think there's regression. That's not to say he's going to bust and not have be terrible, but he's not going to put. I don't think he's putting up the numbers and I think that trickles down. I think that trickles down to Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. Another one I'm not sold on is Laporta. I think it's all about Gibbs and Montgomery, but I think we're going to see Gibbs featured a little more.
And it needs
last year.
The dude's a stud, right? I mean, he got the speed. He's got the ability to catch the pass out of the backfield. When they do use him right, but see, there's still he kind of had some injury concerns something last year, didn't he? When there's some ankle or something like that he dealt with a little bit. I mean,
most likely, yeah, most likely.
But then nowadays, I mean, in the NFL, who's not hurt?
That's right. I mean, everybody. If you don't play hurt, you're probably not playing.
No, you ain't worth it. We don't even want you on the team.
That's right. Let me ask you about a somewhat polarizing figure this year. Because I've got him on one of my lists. I'm not going to tell you which one. You tell me what you think. Let's talk about J.J. McCarthy, quarterback for the Vikings. What are your thoughts on him this season?
The Vikings have a crazy way of taking some random quarterback and making him throw for 4,000 yards. I don't know what it is, but it happens. We've watched it over and over and over. And I think he's got mechanics, and I don't think he's going to wow anybody, but he's throwing to Justin Jefferson. I mean, I could throw for 3,000 yards to Justin Jefferson, and I've had 5 surgeries on my shoulder.
So the last 3 seasons that Kevin O'Connell has been in Minnesota, passing yards, they've ranked 6th, 5th, and 6th in the NFL. In passing touchdowns under Kevin O'Connell, they have ranked 4th, and 5th.
You're going boom.
I think McCarthy's the real deal, man.
I
don't think he has to be because, I mean, my God, look what he did last year with Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm. That same Darnold that was in New York and everywhere else that everybody laughs at.
He was in New York, complete bust. He went to Carolina. Mm-hmm. Everybody thought change of scenery would do him good. Nope. Yeah. Same old Sam Darnold. And one could argue that the same old Sam Darnold showed up in the playoff game last year in the second half because he was terrible. Yeah. But Kevin O'Connell's a quarterback whisperer.
It is unbelievable what he does. It's just the dude's an offensive genius. It really, really is. He doesn't get enough credit for it because I think it's Minnesota, and then you look, and it gets overlooked. But, I mean, he really is.
They only won 14 games last year, right? So I think he's the real deal. And they added Jordan Mason to that roster, who everybody remembers when McCaffrey didn't play for the first, 3 3 months of the season.
He was. If you had him on, if you picked him up, he was good.
Dude, Mason's a stud.
It was that. I was wondering. He was doing so good that there was a point that I was wondering if it would cut into McCaffrey's touches, but
Yeah, but unfortunately he gets hurt, and then Isaac Garendo comes on the scene. So one can't argue that it's just that system, and because they plug and play running backs like crazy because they all get hurt.
Yes.
But no, Mason is he's legit. So
I agree with you.
I don't think he takes over. I think it's still Aaron Jones is the one there. But we're going to see a whole lot of Jordan Mason in the red zone.
Yeah, my cat just walked in here.
Oh, she's a big Jordan Mason fan, I can tell.
It was. It just had to tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting little stat for you.
It is. I like that. I wasn't even thinking about McCarthy because it's not. He definitely is not a top 10 that you just automatically pops in. No. You think, all right, who I got?
Well, dude, he went undrafted in our draft the other night. Nobody drafted him. Yeah. So Aaron Jones
hate Michigan, so we just we all hate Michigan, so we all just kind of throw him off.
Yeah, that's probably true too. It's probably just hate by association, so we just ignored him.
Yeah.
But Aaron Jones last year inside the 5 had 14 carries and had negative yardage. Inside the red zone, especially deep inside the red zone, I really expect Jordan Mason to come in there and steal some touchdowns. In fact, I made a bet on him for the season to have over 8.5 rushing touchdowns this year. I think he gets to double digits simply because Aaron Jones just can't break through.
Well, that's what I was going to say. With that stat, when you get in the red zone, when you're within 5 yards, that running back. It's too close, right? The scheme is only going to do so much. So you have to be able to use your physical abilities. If you're getting hit behind the line of scrimmage and you're actually averaging negative yards, that's bad.
Yeah,
you're not even grabbing. You're not even getting to the line of scrimmage. That's no wiggle. That's nothing. He's no vision or anything.
Yeah, I mean, and I love Aaron Jones. He's
many years in Green Bay putting up with.
Absolutely, did it all. I mean, he was a 3-down back, but I think that changes this year in Minnesota. I think
I do too.
I think Mason's
now. He's got to be 33, 34 years old by now.
He's at least 31 or 32. Yeah. For running, he's old for a running back.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
So, and he's had his share of injuries over the years. So I think I think we'll see a little bit different usage there with Mason.
I like that play though. I'll have to look at Minnesota more now. I hadn't really thought about it. You're right with O'Connell. He's the quarterback whisperer. You're right.
Yeah. So who do you have as a boom or a breakout? Either rookie, veteran, new team, whatever. What do you like?
The rookies. I gotta find my list. Here we go. So of course people are gonna look at looking at Travis Hunter. I looked at him in Jacksonville. You talked about that with the ability if he gets going. That's a big. But how are they going to use him? Is he going to play both ways? We've seen that in NFL. It's rare. Charles Woodson was probably one of the best two-way players ever, and what he focused on in the NFL.
He was a corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he's got to pick something. It's just too much. That's too many plays, and it just won't happen. But I think this year as a rookie, Travis Hunter's got a chance to put up a lot of fantasy points because he'll be used different ways.
I think so too. I think he's that downfield threat. Not that Brian Thomas can't be, but I think that's how that role is going to kind of look. And I still think Brian Thomas is going to get the red zone looks. The 50-50 balls and
because of the size and everything like that. It's just
absolutely But I've stayed away from Hunter just for the very reason you just said. I don't have a clear understanding of how they're going to use him because he maintains he's going to play. But is he going to be a cornerback that plays receiver? Is he going to be a receiver that plays cornerback? And the kid's not big, dude. He's my size. Not.
Yes. So, and he's sitting there. And the thing is this ain't Colorado.
It ain't.
It's just it's not Jacksonville State. And so the NFL, every single play, they're going full speed, and it's a different animal. And I think he has good intentions.
Yeah,
but I think he'll learn real quick that he's going to have to focus on one.
Yeah, I think so too. I think eventually, and probably sooner than later, he's going to be one or the other. And I really think he's probably going to be offense.
And I got one more that I think you'll like. Ricky Pearson. Purcell, is that I'm sorry, Purcell? Is that how we're gonna say it? Pearsall. And I was actually mad that you drafted him because he was on my list coming up. I think he's being overlooked by a lot of people. I think he's got a chance to really show out this year. Getting there in the slot, you got Jennings is hurt, so he's gonna step in there. He's gonna have a role.
I think Pearsall is wide receiver 1 in San Francisco.
He's going to get the ball.
Yeah, he's going to get it because, Ayuk is out at least until week 6.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little bit more of an ear to the ground on San Francisco than probably the average fantasy football fan does. Dude, I won't be surprised if Ayuk doesn't come back until like week 10. Oh. Like his rehab is not going as well as they had planned, and he had a very nasty injury, gruesome, severe injury. So even when he comes back, they're going to have to baby feed him back into. He's not going to come in and play 45, 50 snaps.
No.
So it's going to be the Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle show when McCaffrey's not working his magic. So I'm absolutely a huge fan of Pearsall, and he's getting drafted as if he's a wide receiver 2.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, because you got him at pick 73 is where you got him at, and I
got him in the 7th round, man, and he easily, I'm telling you, he easily is gonna be top 15, top 20 just because of the target.
I agree with it, 100%. And it's a lot of places, like especially going into the fantasy draft season, a lot of people have him down like way down the wide receiver boards because they're going to take their ESPN, basic player rankings and just go with it.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think he's got a chance to be up there close to a top 15, if he stays, everything goes as planned.
If he stays healthy. I mean, that's the key to all these guys if they stay healthy. But, Purdy, people like him, don't like him, love him, hate him, think he's a goober, whatever. I don't care. He has the highest quarterback rating of any current quarterback in the NFL. He is the career quarterback rating leader of the NFL.
What else do you want?
He's good.
Now, in all seriousness, what else would you want as a fan, as a coach, as a team? You want somebody you can count on, and he comes out there every week and he does what he's supposed to do.
That's right. That's right. And as bad as I hated Pearsall in college because he played down in that chlamydia bowl, it's in Gainesville, Florida. I can't help but love the guy now because he's our best wide receiver.
Oh, look, dude, when they graduate, that changes. Well, most people. I mean, I had to love Derrick Henry.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. We had to embrace Derrick Henry for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
So no, I don't hold any ill. Once they leave, then that's I consider going to college and accepting scholarship to play ball, that's a business decision, just like it is, when they get in the NFL, they make business decisions. So, but Jennings is my dog, always will be. That guy will always have a special place in my heart. But I mean, we gotta speak truth here. That's the one thing I pride myself on is I speak fact. I think Pearsall is going to be the one in San Francisco.
Yeah. And I think, with, like I said, because Jennings out, he's out a couple of weeks, isn't he?
My understanding is they're hopeful he's going to play week 1. But there's also that little contract deal that he's not happy about not getting his contract extended. And so I think that goes one of two ways. If we know what we think we know about Juwan Jennings, I think it serves as pure motivation.
Yes.
You'll either pay me or I'll go somewhere else and get paid. And I think that gets worked out. I don't think they want to lose him, especially with Ayuk being so, up in the air. So that could be something to keep an eye on too with Jennings is, if he's hungry, which I know he is, and he's healthy, then I think that's going to be a pretty good 1-2 punch at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's the great thing about it, man, we only got a few more days.
That's right.
And then it's all ready to go. And we actually only got a few really close days. How many hours have we? within now. Let's see, 24. I can't do that math. Anyways,
all right, now you're getting way too far out there for me, brother.
Yeah. Did you actually see it spinning? I think it smoked a little bit. I smelled something burning.
There is some smoke. I think your Tennessee wood flag got a little darker there.
I got that little. That's from me thinking.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Gives it that smoky look.
Yeah, it's so. I actually did really well this year at pacing myself and not getting too hyped in July because that's brutal. You know, when you still got a whole month left and you're already like in game form, that's rough. So I did good, but now I can't sleep. I'm ready.
I know. I'm the same way, man. I have looked. I've got. My God, I'm going to admit this on air here. I have 13 leagues and I still have 2 more drafts to go. Step one.
But you're okay with it.
Problem.
Yeah, but you're okay with it.
That's even better. My wife is okay with it. So that's really the kicker to it.
I never doubted that because you weren't going to say that unless she was okay with it. That's right. A man that's been married almost 22 years. Every fantasy league I'm in is approval.
That's right. That's right. Happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely. Love them.
And, you know, because I'll tell her, hey, you know, she'll, hey, you got anything? Yeah, babe, I'm sorry. I've got a draft. And she's like, am I in this one? I'm like, no, babe, you're not in this one. Speaking of, this is her right now. Let's see what she wants.
She's calling in.
She is. Hey, babe. I am. You want to join? You don't want to get on air? Okay, yeah, probably wouldn't be. If you're driving, it's probably not good because Farris is here with me, and that could be disastrous. You heard what he's got to say, so.
I mute. I self-censor.
But yeah, we're actually live right now. But I was wanting to make sure you were okay. You weren't on like in a ditch somewhere on the side of the road. So. Oh, well, I will figure out a way to do that. But you're good? Everything's good? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you in a little bit. I love you. Well, you know, I said anything could happen, and there'll probably be some zaniness and nonsense and crazy stuff. I just figured it would be from you. I didn't think it would be from me.
And that was a good bet, though. You're right. Like that was smart handicapping the bet.
That's right. You notice I got in there. Well, yeah, I'm live right now, babe. Farris is here with me. You know, like you're so important to me that I stopped what I was doing.
And this is we have
Farris, God, and everybody to take your phone call.
Yes, we have recorded proof of where she ranks on your pecking order, which is number one, and it should be. And I commit.
What can I say?
Yes, it's just brilliant husband logic right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. You want to wrap it up with some talk about the balls a little bit? I was just trying to look up. Is the line still 13?
Let's take a look. I just happen to have.
Yeah, I got a 13.5 on BetMGM.
Leave me look, as we say back in East Tennessee.
Leave me look.
Leave me look. Let's see. I am showing 13.5 with a total of 51.5 for Tennessee and Syracuse.
BetMGM has it at 50.5 right now, down from 60 to start.
Yeah, the totals dropped quite a bit.
I was looking like just my AI predictions, you know, that I kind of like to do. I'm looking at 34-10 Tennessee. What do you think?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think it's going to be similar to the NC State game in a lot of different ways. Mm-hmm. From a defensive standpoint, I think we smother them. Offensively, I think there's going to be some growing pains in this game. I know we're all excited for Joey.
I actually think different on that. I think they come out because Syracuse, everywhere it's talked about, they're defensive backfield is not up to par.
Their secondary is horrible.
Yeah. And so you look at it. I mean, if Hypo, if anything that you kind of read into the tea leaves and stuff like that, it definitely seems like the offense may be opened up more to kind of bring back that deep ball. I know we lost Nico, as UCLA calls the deep ball king, and his 5 completions out of 112 passes. But it's just I think Joey's got this. I really do. I think Hypo's going to have him set up ready to go.
I don't disagree with that. I agree with that 100%. Here's where I slightly disagree with that. Are we going to see the full playbook come out against Syracuse week 1?
Oh, yeah, true.
That's the only reason I say I think that score is probably an under, is because for 2 reasons. One, I think there's going to still be there's going to be a little bit of nerves because this is a different environment than what Joey's accustomed to playing in.
Yeah, he came from UCLA, it's.
That's right. Where they have tens of fans in the stands to see their team play,
and they're all so appreciative of Nico. He's just
absolutely,
he's just such a down to earth and character driven young.
And I can't believe they haven't already built the statue out there for him.
His dad's got it in his pocket.
I think so. I think he's definitely at least got the blueprint drawn up of what he wants it to look like.
Yes.
But I just don't think we're full throttle offense in this game. I think we run the ball. I think we throw when we can catch them snoozing. I mean, did I mention their secondary sucks? It's terrible.
We were talking about it a little bit ago about how they suck. Is what
I think that was our exact words.
Yes. Yeah. So that kind of
Big Bird chimed in and said, "Hey, fellas, great show. It's all Farris, man. I'm just the idiot with the microphone that put him on camera, so I can take no credit for anything that might come out of this good. It's all Farris." I think we rely on the running game. We've got 3-headed monster back there. This team averaged giving up 150 yards a game last year on the ground.
What was Tennessee at 2 something? Is that what they gave? They just about several games it was close to 2.
I think Tennessee runs for 300 plus in this game.
Nice.
I think they just run the ball down their throat. I think we rely on our defense to give this Stephen Jelly kid, whatever his name is this is his second career start. He started exactly 1 college football game in his career.
And so his second start is in Atlanta against Tennessee, against an SEC defense.
Against an elite
SEC defense. Yes, that has been built very well.
That's right.
I mean, that rotation on that defensive line, I think, is going to be special.
Yeah. Vol Equalizer posted how many sacks we thought we were going to get on this kid. And I said, minimum 30. Like,
at least.
It could hit 50.
Poor kid. That's if he survives.
Yeah. Steve Angeli comes out of this game of the winner if he can walk off the field, because Tyree West and Joshua Josephs and Jeremiah Thielander, Arian Carter, I think they're just going to overwhelm them. And I know they brought a bunch of dudes in from the portal, and I do like Fran Brown as a coach.
Yeah, I think he's a very, very. It's Syracuse gets into trouble up there in the north. They kind of again live off of their glory days in the 1900s and think that they still have that pedigree, and they don't. When Tennessee beat them in '98, that was completely different. That was a Donovan McNabb team, type stuff like that. Am I wrong on that? Did I just age myself? He was the quarterback.
Yeah. He was, and they've had great players over the years, like Larry Zonka played at Syracuse, Ernie Davis played at Syracuse.
Back in the 1900s. See,
you got to go way back, and unfortunately, Syracuse, you've played Tennessee 3 times in your history, and you've never beaten us with your best team and your best quarterback in the age of electricity. You still couldn't beat us. It's not going to change this time. It's going to be it is going to be what we refer to, where I come from, an East Tennessee dog whooping.
Love it.
It's going to be ugly, and I think the defense is just going to smother them. We won't have to show a lot or do a lot on offense. That's the only reason, David, that I disagree. That I don't think it's going to be a real high scoring game, is because I think
that's why I kept it at 34-10. Because
I think that's right in line. I really do. Now, if we come out and score 50, I will gladly eat that crow the next time you and I meet up.
And love it.
And absolutely love it. That will be a bet I will gladly take an L for.
Absolutely.
If we hang 50 on him, because you're right. I mean, I think Joey's that guy because he's confident. He's clearly not afraid to sling it. He sure as hell isn't going to run out of bounds on 4th down with no time on the clock. And he's a gamer, man. He's just tough. So I love the kid. I think he's going to be phenomenal in Heupel's offense. His gimmick offense.
That's what I was going to bring up real quick. Like as we were talking about, I saw somebody said the other day. I saw it on Twitter post. We're talking about how Heupel, like you got these people that are calling him a gimmick and all this kind of stuff, and they don't realize when he came in. Look how bad Tennessee was. Like, look at that.
Yeah. We didn't have a gimmick offense. We had a joke offense before Heupel got here.
Yeah, I mean, he took Pruitt's players, and I mean, I will never. JG had more heart. Like he gave it all, but it just didn't. It didn't connect it there, and so I don't hate him for it. But Pruitt kept putting him in those positions. But the Heupel didn't. We weren't excited about anything on offense, and look what he's done. I mean, consistently. So I mean, for people to just say Heupel's a gimmick offense, and I mean, that's lazy reporting is what it is.
It really is. It's a crutch because they don't understand it. I mean, gimmick to me is trick plays and double reverses and lining the quarterback out wide and having him run a jet sweep and wildcat to the water boy. I mean, all that crap. That's gimmick offense to me. We run
he's just a wide set. I mean, that's all he's doing. He's just spreading the field.
We run a spread offense with a more of a veer type running game, and we go at tempo.
And
we run no huddle. That's not gimmick, man. That's a tactic.
No. Yes, and they want.
And we put you in a position where your guys on defense get tired, and we don't let you sub them out.
Heupel's that's a offense made them change the timeout rules. So that's
exactly. Exactly, because it's a strategy, it's a tactic. It's not gimmicky.
No,
he's just smarter than your coach.
And they hit me with comparing it to the NFL, all this kind of stuff. First of all, okay, there's a 500-pound lineman down there in Tampa Bay or whatever that's munching on dummies bags down there because his fat ass can't lose weight.
That's right.
So I mean, talk about Florida. Talk about that's so ignorant. We don't blame Florida because he's fat. We should.
We should.
That's where he came from.
I mean, I did the other day. I put it all on him.
Yeah, but it just kills me. They blame Heupel for something that it has no control over it.
Yeah. Somebody had said something about, from Gainesville to Tampa. I said, you let him eat everything in between on the way down there. My God, the dude weighs 500 pounds.
Yes, and they were saying, all heartbreaking, all sad. What? That man, and I said, as a former really fat guy that is now just a fat guy, he has a chance to lose some weight. And he's got millions of reasons to lose weight. And he can't do it. If that doesn't motivate him, nothing will.
That's right. No, you're right.
I'm not going to feel sorry.
That's, and they're talking about how poorly he's being treated. Well, guess what? When you go in the military and you're overweight, what do? They send you to fat camp. I mean, that's literally what it's called. It's fat camp. Mm-hmm. Old boy needs to spend some time in fat camp and get down to the weight that he can sustainably play at.
Yeah, nobody's making
play
him
2 or 3 plays, and then he's off the field again. Nobody's.
Why do people think that they should pay him millions of dollars to only get about 10% effort?
That's it. You're going to be a part-time player. You need a part-time paycheck, right?
That's it.
So,
100%.
See, it's just, man, I don't know. Common sense anymore just doesn't seem very common. More people need to worry about actual intelligence than artificial intelligence.
Yes. They absolutely do.
The whole
but if they want to worry about that artificial intelligence, come to me. I can be the prompt engineer.
That's right. Farris is the guy. Everybody that needs anything AI generated or whatever. I mean, I don't even understand it. When he tells me about it, he might as well be speaking Chinese. And ain't no sweet and sour chicken in there either. It ain't. Like smart dude stuff. I mean, he's definitely smarter than he looks. I promise, folks. So
100%. I actually was looking at myself in the camera. I was like, good Lord.
No, bro, you're rocking that short sleeve hoodie. You're looking good.
I am. The only one they got. And I love it.
You probably got 12 of them, don't you?
Every day of the week.
That's right.
All 12.
This was posed to me yesterday, and I didn't really have an answer because I don't have an answer for this yet. We settled Tennessee 34-10. I like it. I think that definitely will be somewhere in that range. What about Texas and Ohio State? What are your thoughts on this game?
We know Portnoy won't be there. However you say his name.
Yeah.
Like how weak is that?
Yeah, him and Brandon Walker can go cuddle it and watch the game together.
Yes, they can. I don't know. Ohio State's replacing some very important parts.
They are.
But it's Ohio State. So, look, they got talent. I can't stand them, right? It just but I can admit when somebody's good, and they are good. They're very talented. Ryan Day, Ohio fans hate him, but you can do a lot worse.
I don't get the hate for him. I don't like the guy. All Equalizer always referred to him as beard dye, and that's how I'll always see him now, which you can't not see it, I guess. But nobody can argue what he's done and sustained over his time at Ohio State. And I cannot believe for the life of me that had they not won that national championship, the pitchforks would have been out and they would have been carrying torches to his front door.
Absolutely.
I'm like, what is wrong with you people? I get the whole Michigan deal. Okay, I understand it. You lost to them 3 straight years. But my God. So I don't.
Yeah, but that's not like Butch losing to Vanderbilt or something. It was Michigan, right? They were good when they lost. Except when at one time that Michigan was kind of bad, but several years ago, I think Michigan was down when they beat them. But that's a decent team. It's not like he was losing to.
Yeah, we're 2 years removed from Michigan winning the national championship, so it's not like It's not like it's Purdue.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a break, man. But yeah, I can't settle on what I want to do with this game.
I think Texas wins.
It's in our pick'em contest, so I've got to figure something out.
I think Texas wins. I think it's going to be close, but I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it can honestly be a 17-14, 17-10 type thing because in first games, especially big games, defense kind of sets the tone early.
And I've got the under. I had bet the under in that game and feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Well, when I bet it and what it is may be two different things. I think it's it's 47.5 now. Dude, I think I got this game at 50.5 or 51.
Oh yeah, but then 47 is getting close because that's just a turnover either way, and you start looking at you lose that. That bet.
This could be where the number settles. I don't know that people are going to bet that down any more than that. But the big thing for me, man, and I've gotten a lot of crap from Texas people because I've posted this publicly. But do we really know if Arch Manning is any good? We know
that's a legit question.
We can run. We know he can,
but he hasn't had to be the game plan. He hasn't had to be that.
And I guess there's an explanation because I've heard I've heard as many reasons why Arch Manning didn't start last year from Texas fans as I've heard from Nico as to why he left Tennessee. So there's truth in somewhere. There's truth in this, okay? But I've heard that because me outside looking in, well, if he's so good, why didn't he start last year? Why couldn't he beat out Quinn Ewers last year if he's all that?
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying he's not going to be good, okay? So don't start throwing rocks at him.
No, I don't think he's,
But we don't know how good he is. We haven't seen enough to – He's
got the tools. He's got the tools. We know that.
He's got the bloodline for sure.
Yeah. And so Texas has a good roster. Look, and that's the thing. Ewers last year, what did he throw? It was over 3,000 yards, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, he had decent numbers.
Yeah, but, so he's going to put up stats, but I agree with you. When it comes down to that SEC and they're hitting the deep in the season, and you've had the wear and tear put on you, and you got injuries piling up, where does that mental focus come in? Because that's where I think that especially younger guys, that's where it gets them.
It is. It's between the ears, and if anybody's been groomed and cut out for this, it's definitely him.
Oh, absolutely.
It's different when there's live bullets and the lights are bright. I think the Oklahoma game will really give us some insight into how good he is or can be. But week 1, on the road, top 5 matchup, I'm not feeling
It'll be tough. And I don't feel confident saying Texas, a 17-10. I'll go with that just to let. It's not confident. It's like a 51%.
Yeah, it really, dude. This one really is a coin flip for me. I can't settle on and dig my heels in on a side. I feel that Texas defense last year was much more prominent to their success than their offense was, and we saw what Ohio State did to us in the playoff game.
Yeah, so, but I blame Nico. I saw the all 22. I changed my opinion.
I'm sold.
Yeah, I don't let orange colored glasses affect me at all. I don't.
Yeah, no, same here. I mean, some of us were questioning is he really all that last year, and then true colors were shown.
It was. It's just it's so. Look, Ohio State beat out Tennessee last year. It wasn't close. That game was over in the first quarter, and it was. Yeah. We don't know what it's, but just Ohio State the replacing the main parts that they got, that's going to be a struggle. I mean, it just their offense. Well, they still got Jeremiah Smith though. I mean, so he's got weapons.
Yeah. They're replacing both running backs, replacing their quarterback, who I didn't necessarily think was great, but he was great in the playoffs. He was great when it mattered. And the same thing for their defense. Their defense really stepped up because they didn't only just pound our brains in. I mean, they beat Oregon, and they just pounded.
They ran the
They had the best roster last year in college football.
Without a doubt, was it $22.5 million or something like that?
Yeah, it was crazy. So, and Igbuka, who I've got as one of my sleepers this year too for Tampa Bay. I think he's going to be legit. And then on the other side, Matthew Golden from Texas, I think he's going to end up being Green Bay's wide receiver 1 before the season's over. So a lot of talent off both rosters went to the NFL.
That's why it's harder. It makes it very difficult to handicap when you're sitting there and you're trying to look off of people that were second string last year from both rosters in very important parts are quarterbacks.
Exactly.
I mean, and the one that's got to touch the ball every single play is an unknown.
Yeah, and and even for Iowa State, Julian Sayed, we don't know what this kid's going to do. We know Jeremiah Smith on that end of the football, but so I think this is going to be a rock fight. I think it's going to be low scoring. It's probably going to be a field goal game, and I think the spread's still is it 2.5, 1.5. So everybody thinks it's going to be tight, and I definitely think that's the case. So I don't think a spread option or a spread is an option play for me. It's going to be a money line bet. It's already an under bet. I just don't know who it's going to be right now. I'll be honest, bro. I'm leaning Ohio State.
And you got a score? You want to tell one now?
I think it might be somewhere in the. I just said 3 points, but. I mean, it could be like a 24-20. It could be.
Yeah, it's still low. Still,
2017. I don't see either team breaking 30. I mean, I would definitely look at team totals and probably take some unders on those. I just think both these defenses are going to be so much further ahead of these offenses at this point. To get a game like this, man, week 1, that's tough.
It is. It very much is. But they have a chance to recover both sides. As long as you're not completely blown out and made to look silly or somebody gets hurt, you have a chance to recover.
Oh, yeah. And I think more this year than any year because of the, the scheduling and the way the playoff is laid out. I think, any team with 2 losses, as long as those losses weren't just embarrassment and ugly losses.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of 2-loss teams get in this playoff because I think the parity and the attrition is probably more so going to be exposed this year than any because I don't see a clear-cut number 1 team.
I just looked up to see the Boise State USF, and USF was up 31-7 with 6:34 left in the game. 31-7 over Boise State.
I got that at 62.5. I bet the under. I told everybody to bet the under on that game today on Twitter.
That was a good call.
So,
because they ain't reaching the over in 6 minutes. With USF has the ball, so it's pretty much on now.
No. Stevie Wonder got a better chance of finding Waldo than they do of hitting that total.
Yeah. Or Shaq said he saw him in the elevator. You said,
yeah,
heard that joke.
Yeah. Hey, and I want to give you my upset of the week too for week 1. And I know there's a couple of people that'll probably check out a little bit of this, so I'll try to snippet this and post it. Give me Toledo, who is a 9.5-point underdog at Kentucky.
Oh, I would love it.
Forget the points, man. Give me Toledo outright over Kentucky.
Nice.
Week 1. The beginning of the end of Mark Stoops. Lock that in.
Fan base. That fan base would absolutely they would be slapping their sister wife all night long. Just they wouldn't be able to handle it.
They're going to be disappointed because she's going to cut her porch light off early Saturday night or whenever they play. There's football games the next 12 days or something.
It
doesn't matter when they play. Toledo.
Yeah. I like that. I haven't I didn't do enough research on looking at upsets. That's my fault. But it's
no, I didn't even
like that.
I didn't even tell you to do that. So that's just
I just didn't even. I haven't done because I wish the daily fantasy sports stuff did more in the college game. I think in Tennessee we can't bet on it or something like that. That would. Yeah. So I haven't done as much on the college side of it as I do the NFL because of the DFS side, but it is. I would love to see Toledo beat Kentucky. That'd be
awesome. I would too. And that's not just a hate on the Kentucky bet. Toledo is one of the favorites in the MAC. So it's not like I'm just picking Kentucky to lose because I hate them. I do hate them, but that's not the reason. I legitimately think that Toledo is going to give Kentucky fits this weekend. So anyway.
I love it.
I just knew you would appreciate it. That's why I wanted to throw it out.
I do. I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and get some gifts created. I got a couple already because of a very unfortunate photo shoot by Kentucky players. I mean,
that was a little cringy, wasn't it?
Yes, you can't do that. Stop.
Man, as soon as I got my hands on that video, I shot it to you. I said, Farris, I need a GIF out of this stat. And I have been dropping it on Kentucky relentlessly over the past week or so. And if they end up losing that game, nobody's gonna be able to stand me. I'm gonna be incorrigible.
I feel like that should have been caught with just regular sight, not even hindsight. Just like regular should have said, no, we don't do this.
Whoever filmed it should have been like, whoa, guys, no, we're not doing that. Holy cow, man, that was bad. Between that and the Florida players that got caught milking the cow or whatever it was that they did back in spring practice.
Yes.
I'm not sure which one is
Yeah. I had a gift for that. I'd have to find it.
Yeah, I got the video somewhere and I can't find it. I got a new phone. We switched carriers. Everybody got a new phone, and I've got so much stuff that's on my old phone that didn't download and transfer. So I've got to go hunting because I got some good stuff I've been saving this weekend.
An iPhone 12 with my Tennessee case on it. That does all my AI functioning.
Yeah,
it's a powerhouse.
Well, anything else you want to leave us with?
Oh man, I've been very much enjoyed it, and I think it's hopefully it's one of many.
Now, I fully expect a full-fledged fantasy show prior to the kickoff each week, and if you got time, and we can stick a wrap-up show in there somewhere on Monday or Tuesday. I'd love to do
Absolutely.
that. I would love to make this a permanent part of the dropping the hammer.
Absolutely.
So, well, again,
I got my nerves out of the way, and everything.
It's just me and you sitting here talking, dude.
I know it.
It's like we're on a Zoom call or something. So
I'm on disability. You know how long it's been since I've done a Zoom call?
Dude, I turned 54 Sunday. You know how many Zoom calls I've ever done in my life?
Well, happy belated birthday.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. I'll be. We're leaving in the morning to go to Biloxi for.
Oh, is it this coming Sunday or this past?
This coming Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, well, happy early birthday then.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I did have a birthday last year though, so either.
It was. I was catching up, and then
right.
we paused for a second, and then we're like, hey, happy birthday.
Yeah. All right. Well, Farris, man, I can't tell you how much fun this has been.
Absolutely, man. I love it.
So appreciate you taking time out to spend with me here, and look forward to many, many more of these. So best of luck on whatever bets you put out there, whatever leagues you got going. Unless you play me, of course, then screw you.
Absolutely. Fall Nation, do they know how lucky they are to be able to have two people that who are Grok certified?
That's right, certified ball knowers by Grok.
Yes.
You don't believe
multiple times, not even just a one-off thing. It said that multiple times.
That's right. We re-upped our certification with Grok. So any questions that you have, we'll be happy to provide you with an certified answer. Yeah. It may not be right. It may be goofy, but it'll be certified. So
yes, it will. Yeah, we didn't say anything about it being factual.
Oh yeah. Doesn't have to be factual based. Yes. It's just a certified answer.
Yes. When you get it, you'll know.
That's right. All right, my friend. Well,
take care. I appreciate it. You have a great one, man.
You too, brother. And I will see you next time around.
Yes, sir.